Hey Patreon backers, so I'm joined by Patrick again, and Patrick's been working on this project behind us, which was sent in by one of our viewers, Ian, right?
Yeah.
Ian is, I think, runs SGI Depot.
Mm-hmm.
And so that should tip off what this is. It's an SGI system, Silicon Graphics. They predate, to some extent, predate NVIDIA, or at least their modern dominance. Jensen Huang from NVIDIA came from SGI. SGI had high-end video cards and GPUs before they were a consumer thing and didn't believe that they would work in the consumer space, and clearly they did. So SGI is not really around anymore. But this is from Ian, so of course we thank Ian for allowing us to work with this. Do you know anything about it? Because
Yes.
Patrick's been working on setting it up.
So he sent us actually more hardware than just this, but this specifically is an Indigo 2 from 1993, and it has a bunch of software that he's preloaded onto it that we might be able to play around with a little bit and discuss the history of it a little bit. But
Yeah, so, I mean, isn't, what's something interesting on here?
there's Blender, but that's hard to close. So maybe the Newton is a pretty good one on the far left.
Right here.
Yeah.
Nice sound effects. Should I full screen it or what?
Yeah.
Click on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is actually pretty cool. You showed this one earlier.
Yeah.
So we'll just, I guess, record the screen for now. Can you see the screen okay? Mm-hmm. So I think this is like a physics
Yeah.
simulator. And this is a, what, 93 you said is when the board's dated, I guess?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, you kind of think about it like, it's not high resolution and it's not the most accurate physics simulation. That's pretty damn impressive, though, for 1993. I think there's like, you can change the model, right?
Yeah.
To other stuff, or the physics. What's an interesting one? Where's that cloth?
The under models, it's
Models.
sheet, I think. Yeah.
Sheet. Okay. So this is some early soft body cloth physics. And it is probably one of the least accurate ones, but still pretty interesting. I'll try and do that again and be more out of the way of it. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say that cloth really like does the worm when it drops, but pretty cool though for a tech demo.
Yeah.
So the system itself, I mean, do you know anything about the specs? Like, is this the video card basically?
This right
the
here
GPU?
is graphics. We haven't dug too deep into what each individual part of it is, but
Right.
There's 96 megs of RAM hidden back here in, I think, 12 slots.
12 sticks, yeah. 96
and
megabytes.
there's a CPU under here, under a massive chunk of metal.
Yeah, and we'll show some B-roll of this stuff too.
We've had to add in a non-standard
Yeah.
knock to a fan because everything except the graphics array is passively cooled.
Yeah, and you've got the fan propped up on the video card fan.
Yeah,
It's propped up with
it's
a...
the empty RAM case. He actually he sent us a package of like British Starburst
Okay.
to hold it up. Apparently that's the accepted methodology,
Right.
but he only sent one of them and we're using it for something else right now.
Yeah, so we haven't dug too deep into it yet. We are obviously doing a full video on this, and we have two of these systems. By the time we go public on the main channel, we'll know a whole lot more about this thing. Ian has sent probably the most extensive documentation I've ever seen for any product. So we have the means to learn more about it for sure. This system, you said he had like a cost, like the original...
Yeah, this, I mean, we haven't double checked it or anything, but he said rough estimate this system would have gone for something like $34,000
Okay.
when it was new. So not really a consumer product,
Right.
at least when it launched.
Yeah, 93. And then the other one, we have another one too.
Yeah, we have
Was that newer?
Yes, I think it's like 3 years newer.
Okay.
So not a whole bunch, but a lot newer in terms of RAM capabilities and I think that one's a little more popular than this one is.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think this was his personal favorite, so that's why he sent this.
I do like. I mean, these came. I guess I'll note this. These did come with a case.
Yes.
Originally.
Yes.
We don't have the case. Ian has offered, I think, to send them, but
Yeah.
we kind of want to figure out what we're doing with this stuff before we ask for more parts. So, so this is how we're working with it for now. It's just on an ESD mat, but yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, you kind of think of like these tech demos are pretty advanced for the time. It's all running off of this massive like video output and processing device. I don't know that it's really fair to call it a video card, but that's effectively what it is. And another interesting note, at least for the other system, and I think most of this system, everything is pretty much socketed.
Yeah.
Right? There are very few cables, except I guess that one.
Yeah, so there's a ribbon cable in here for what would be a disk drive. We don't have one of those, but in the other system, it's all modular, no cables. Some of this was pre-assembled, but basically all I did was like socket this vertical board here and then put this in, and then it was done. So
Cool.
yeah, minimal assembly, as long as somebody else puts all the RAM in for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the system. We'll get some B-roll of it because it is very interesting, and we'll just drop a little bit here in the Patreon video. But of course, check back when we're done with it to check everything. Software, it's got Doom installed probably by Ian. It has the other one has Quake, right?
Yes.
I think Quake 2.
It's supposed to have Quake 2 on it.
Quake 2.
Yeah.
And then this has some Blender 2.4 or something like that on it.
Andrew was excited about that.
Yeah, Andrew will have to try and relearn Blender to do some benchmarks for us. By which I mean learn the oldest possible version. So we have some cool stuff we can do with it, but we're still figuring out what exactly to do with it. So yeah, check back for all that. But otherwise, this is the behind the scenes video for you. Show you what we're working on, and we will see you all next time.
Welcome to the guided tour of your Indigo Magic user environment. This tour introduces you to the features and functionality of this environment and teaches you how to use many of the tools. To get started, place your mouse over the introduction ball and click the left mouse button.